Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Monch Hours podcast, where our mission is to appreciate all things anime and manga, nerd culture, otakus, where you at? We're coming at you on a brand new week, fresh off the heels of a couple big things, mainly two excellent chapters of Chainsaw Man. The GOAT is back. We actually have some of the mob already here waiting for us. What's up, B1 Kinos? Nice to see you. We are currently live on Twitch, and you can catch us usually every other Friday at 7. We're coming at you a day early on Thursday. Also, this week we're talking about Bluelock and original Dragon Ball, plus what we've been reading, what we've been watching. I'm your host, Hanzi, and I'm here with my co-host, Grandmaster Jay. What's going on? He's got the all-white Raiders gear, dude. What's happening, man?
It's almost time. A few more weeks.
You'd have to flex on me like that, bro. Let me guess. Are your shoes? What color are your shoes? Show me the kicks.
Yeah. Nah, I ain't got no shoes on, bro.
It is hot. I don't got no shoes on either.
Feet, you gotta pay extra for that.
Oh, coming soon. Jay's OnlyFans. Be sure to sub to that. That's a whopping. Well, if you're a part of the Monch Mob, we'll give you a free sub per month. So share it with your friends and family +1.
And no sharing.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're not like Netflix now. You can't share passwords. No logins. But yeah, so we got a pretty good episode this week to talk about. So with that, we're going ahead and plug in. Let's try the new intro. Bam, bam, the bumper.
From the deepest reaches of space, the boys are back in town.
Thank you so much, best friend.
And we've got an all-new lineup.
From now on, you're mine.
But more importantly, we have a show to run.
Welcome to the Monch Hours podcast.
Hello, welcome to the podcast. Yeah, so if you're watching this for the first time, we have new visuals and audios. If you're here watching the stream, you're the first to see it live. That is a new intro, the new Toonami-style bumper for the Monch Hours podcast, and the new Monch Hours theme song. When I said I was reshifting my focus onto the podcast, I meant it. We got some new content coming out on the gram for later stuff. That's my next project I'm working on. And we already got the stickers coming out. Jay's not drinking beer this week. I'm drinking beer this week in celebration of all that. We're talking about Dragon Ball. We're talking about Chainsaw Man. We're talking about Bluelock. Also, what we're talking about is what we've been reading, what we've been watching, and yes, anime news, which we just went on a tangent, but we'll have to recap it here. Yu Yu Hakusho live action announcement, trash. Death Note live action announcement, trash. Possibly good, or like most likely trash, just like Cowboy Bebop live action was trash. Live actions are trash. The only thing that was redeemable with the Death Note live action was the voice actor for Ryuk, who is the Green Goblin, Norman Osborn, and William Dafoe is his actual IRL name. Okay, take it away, Jay.
That was a good recap. You brought us back within, 45 seconds? So, good job.
Tune in next time for Dragon Ball Z.
Is that it? We done?
Yeah, it's a little Thursday Bruce Day.
Dude, how come every time you just find a way to mess it up?
Hey, man. Listen, there's a lot going on here. Okay, I got the controls. I got two monitors. I'm watching the audio graphs. I'm watching the visual graphs. Matter of fact, let me pull up the stream manager. When I got this stream deck, it does help me out a lot, actually. But it's a work in progress, baby. This is what happens when you're independent, self-funded, self-sponsored. Well, I guess unsponsored. but
Yeah.
but we got the mob here to support us, dude. This is strictly passion, bro. So make sure to tell your friends and family about us, because we them boys, the underground boys. We do it, OG style, punk, kind of like guerrilla warfare tactics.
whatever he just said.
What if I just said, fight the power?
I don't even know if it makes sense, but we're gonna go with it.
It's just a lot of
Guerrilla
verbose.
warfare.
It's you know what? It's a lot of verbose words and paragraphs, just like Aesop Rock. You know, just very filling in the void like a filler, dude. I talk like an anime filler episode.
Oh no, we all know how much we love those.
It's like a big dosh Bleach Bount arc.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm pretty sure we've talked on that enough in the past, so we won't ever bring up the belt again.
The past is the past, but the past comes around. Yeah, dude. Bleach 1000-Year Blood War coming soon.
Ooh, yes, it is. Ah, man, I saw that trailer. And,
Yeah?
that like reignited my desire to get caught up on Bleach finally. So
You should, bro. I'm telling you, you as the #1 Kenpachi Zaraki stan, well, you're gonna have a feast on 1000-Year Blood War. My boy has so many highlights in that particular arc, man. I'm telling you, you're eating good, Jay. Every Bleach fan's eating good, but Jay in particular. This guy was talking about Kenpachi Zaraki before I even knew he was a freaking Kenpachi.
that's my guy right there. Does he finally get his Bankai?
You have to read and find out.
Oh, okay. Teaser, huh?
No spoilers, bro. No spoilers. No spoilers. I can't do that to you. Even though it's well deserved to do that to you.
It's more than well deserved.
Yeah,
I
man.
earned that a long time ago.
It's hype. But we're just talking about how me and Jay both are talking about how it's kind of hard to keep up on anime news. There's always this, like, in terms of content creation, there's always this like push to be like the first to talk about, tweet about, post about news and whatnot. You get so caught up in it, you're kind of forgetting the whole reason you got into anime and manga, and that was just to enjoy it. You know, enjoy reading it, enjoy watching it. So I'm personally glad to hear that we both kind of are going back, or just didn't have time to catch up on news. We've been, you know, working on our craft, reading our stuff, and of course we're busy with IRL stuff. But yeah, man. So like I mentioned, we're talking about Chainsaw Man, Dragon Ball, and Bluelock. I think you were pretty hyped about Bluelock, so I kind of know what it is. Is that is that soccer? Was that soccer? Is that correct?
That is soccer, yeah. So, I finished the first volume, and I don't know if it was timed intentionally for this or what. So, they just released it like a physical medium over here, and it must be timing because it's a World Cup year, and this manga, soon to be anime, deals largely with like the Japanese national team. Their goal after losing in one of the preliminary rounds in the previous World Cup, they are created like a program to create like or build like the best striker in like the whole country for their national team for the upcoming World Cup. So it is kind of just synergizes with this year and that big sporting event that it's gonna happen in the fall. But it's like it's different from a lot of sports, you know, anime, manga that I've partook in, which is kind of has like Squid Game vibes to it, which I wasn't expecting. I went into it like just thinking like your typical, you know, sports, you know, team has to be like come together to become, you know, the best team that they can be. Friendships are built, but not in
Power
this.
friendship.
This is the complete opposite. It starts out with the coach saying how he's looking for the player with the biggest ego, and like basically he's like sets a scenario. He's like, this, you're in overtime, and you have 1 minute of like stoppage time in the game left, and you have the ball. Your teammate is open.
Yeah.
Do you pass it to him or you take the shot? Obviously, like most people, like are like, oh, if my teammate's open for a clear shot, like pass it and like
Right.
almost guarantee a goal. this coach is like, no, I want, like, the player that I'm looking for is going to want to take the shot, not pass it. So he's looking for just like almost a player who is like
Selfish, greedy,
Yeah.
egotistical. Okay.
It's, egotistical is like what it keeps like being brought up in the story, and like, he's looking for, I think it's like phrase it like egoist or something along those lines. But basically, they're put into like a like facility and separated into groups, and it's like an elimination style. We're starting out with 300 players, and they're going through like a cycle of events that are slowly eliminating them from this to become, there's only one at the end because they're vying for the striker position on a national team. So it wasn't what I was expecting, you know. It's not a team of players coming together to compete. It's
Wow.
single players fighting for their position.
Damn. What
They're the
hell?
only position. Yeah, it's kind of a reverse of most like sports anime manga that you get, which is really interesting. It's a different take on it, which I'm really enjoying.
Yeah, it's like typical. Like the typical one is definitely like, I mean, take Haikyuu for example. It's like, oh, we have to come together, work on each other's weaknesses, complement each other, so we can be the best we can be as a team. But this just sounds like, nah, fuck you guys. I'm the best.
Yeah.
Y'all are my little peasants. Just set me up, and I'll if I can play every position I could, or I would.
Yeah, no, it's a different take, and it's cool because it comes at a time where there's another big sports anime that's out right now. So soon we'll have, or big soccer anime with Aoashi, which I guess is like I haven't read the manga, but it's another like big hitter. So
Aoashi?
yeah, so right now you have soon to be two pretty large, and what I'm suspecting pretty different from each other soccer anime. But the manga is really enjoyable. I think the anime comes out October, November, so a couple months from now. But it definitely, after reading the first volume, it like jumped up on like one of my most anticipated lists. So
Oh, and are you reading this
Yeah.
on the Viz Media or?
oh no, I didn't see it anywhere online. So
Oh, you're buying physicals.
yeah.
Dang, our boy's. Oh man, he's really dedicated. Oh shit, my guy over
Yep.
here.
Had to do it.
You had to do it. I saw on the Anime Expo badges on the back of it was the. I don't know if it was for everybody, but for mine, it was Bluelock. So, I mean, there's definitely they're definitely pumping money if they're gonna put that kind of shit on the badge, which is promising at least. We'll see how it plays out. Is that, do you know if that's coming to
Yeah.
like Crunchyroll or?
I'm not sure where it's gonna be streaming. I'm assuming Crunchyroll.
Yeah, it kind of seems to be the go-to these days, anyways. Especially now that there's that Crunchyroll Funimation merger happening, or currently in progress, anyways.
Yeah. But I mean, I know I'm behind on the times, and I'm pretty sure it's already a Goliath. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying any much new. I mean, obviously, if it's on the back of your badges, I think
We'll
they're not
see.
just gonna.
I mean, I didn't
But-
see any Bluelock cosplayers. I saw a lot of Haikyuu cosplayers, but I think it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. I think if it's anything, I'm pretty sure we'll see, at least social media wise, with the, the PFPs, the swap, the like the meme where like Andy from Toy Story is like throwing away Woody. He's like, I don't want to play with you anymore because he's got the new Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
That's pretty much
Uh-huh.
that's pretty much social media, anime, manga fans.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
It's like JJK came out, woo woo, JJK, woo, and then like fucking Tokyo Revengers came out, and then like no one talked about JJK. It was like, yeah, I'm a fucking Tokyo Revenger delinquent.
You are definitely right. We have
I know I'm right.
short attention. We got the shortest attention spans, and it gets shorter with social media.
Not we.
I'm just lumping us all together.
It's all the
Putting this
people that
together.
So the Wave Riders, listen. You come in anime, I invite anybody to watch anime and read manga. There's no gatekeeping here, but just have a little bit of commitment. Show some dedication. Where's your conviction? You can't be like Gojo's the ultimate fucking husbando. You want to drink his milk and then all of a sudden swap it away, dude. It's like that fucking it's like that Twitter thread of the Haikyuu and oh god, that was like I'm too old for that shit. It's like that saying where it's something. It's, in summary, it's like every day I go on this app and I'm subject to reading a 14-year-old's opinion on anything. That's true. That's horrifying. Yeah. Horrifying.
And no one's forcing you to.
No, no one is. But I mean, I'm coming up. I'm doing a great thing where it's like instead of like interacting with like hate shit, I'm just like I take a breath. I'm like, what am I gonna get out of this if I fight fire with fire? What am I getting out of this?
That's true.
Nothing. Unless it's facts. Unless it's like the Mob Psycho we should talk about today. I'm like, I'm dropping fucking hammers.
Oh,
I'm going in, dude.
Yeah.
I'm dropping hammers.
Yeah, you weren't playing that, dude. You came out swinging.
Came out swinging. I won't go back. I talked about that already. I won't go back into it. I'm better than this. I'm better than this. No, but you know what's well, let me ask you this. Other than Bluelock, have you been watching or reading anything else? Other than Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man, of course. I've been trying to get caught up on JJK. Oh no, I'm all caught up on JJK. I'm trying to get caught up on My Hero. And I had been pretty bad for like the past like month and a half or so. So getting caught up on that stuff. Watching, I mentioned Aoashi.
Yeah.
I'm finally done with Hajime no Ippo. Something that I'm not sure if you've been sleeping on, but I know I started Legends of the Galactic Heroes.
What the fuck is that?
So you...
I'm not just sleeping, bro. I'm snoring on that. What are you talking about?
So...
Let me look this up. Let's go back to you.
So, how can I describe it? So, take Gundam with, like, politicking and large space battles and mix it with, like, World War II, like, naval sea warfare. And imagine, like, just giant space battles with just
hell yeah,
massive fleets of like
Dude,
battleships.
It straight up looks like Char. Well, at least his name Okay, of course his name's Reinhard. Reinhard von Lohengrin.
They've all got like just crazy German names.
Sieg Kaiser Reinhard.
All of them got German names in this anime, but yeah, it is really good. I think it's right up your alley, honestly. I know you have that passion for Gundam. No mechs in this, but good sci-fi, good like just strategy. If you like those two master strategists, like the best that each army has going at each other and coming up with different tactics to best the enemy.
Hell yeah, dude. I just looked at it, and it's totally, I think, kind of like you mentioned, like exactly what I've been into recently. I mean, more so. I mean, I think we both are kind of obviously nostalgia driven, but I think recently the both of us are kind of like really on that, like diving back into it. I mean, when aren't we not? Like most of our rewatches are like that. But I just looked at the image. It looks pretty cool. Really quick, you did talk about Gundam, and I would hate to not bring up the new Gundam series that's coming out, Gundam the Witch of Mercury. Holy shit. Did you see the trailer for that?
I haven't seen the trailer, no.
Shit looks so clean, and like I don't know, like maybe I just completely missed out or was always in the back of my mind, but you know, I do Gunpla, so I follow like Gundam pages and whatnot. I just didn't know until like a trailer came out. I'm like, there's no way they just dropped the trailer out of nowhere without like any key visuals or anything like that. Like I'm pretty sure I saw a key visual, but maybe it just escaped my mind. But when I saw that trailer drop, I was hyped, and it made me want to go, oh man, I really want to watch 8th MS team again, like really bad.
So it's 8th MS team vibes.
No, it's more
oh.
it's more like Gundam Unicorn vibes or Gundam Seed vibes
okay.
for sure. It looks
I'll
fantastic.
get my hopes up there.
And some of the Gundams kind of remind me of the builds, similar builds or silhouettes of Iron Brotherhood, where it's like a little less bulky, more kind of like that tight waist a little bit, at least from what I saw.
Iron Blood Orphans?
Yeah, Iron Blooded Orphans. But the whole reason talking about 8th MS team was with the nostalgia. Then when I was looking up, when I was making this bumper, I scoured bumpers, bro. I was just like reading, because like what I was doing, like if you listen to the bumper, it's like I purposely stitched like 5, 6, 7 different vocals that I found, where it's like the first part says like in the far reaches of space, like we are, the boys are back, which like we are, you know. And anyways, while I was doing all that, there's a lot of Gundam Wing, 8th MS Gundam, and I was like, man, just because it's been so long since I've seen 8th MS team in that what is it, the Zaf Gafu or the Gaf Ziaf, the blue Zaku looking, the blue Zaku, I forget the actual name of it, but even the blue one, that's like a fucking menace. Oh damn, I don't know what it was, but I was just like, I need to see that. It just like, and again, like most of it we've seen as a child, and it's always kind of with us, and like, oh yeah, I've seen it until we're older now, and just like, whoa, I don't know nothing's really changed, but maybe I'm just like seeing things differently now, where it's like, damn, that's fucking savage.
Yeah, 8th MS team. I need to go back to watch that again.
We need to finish. We need to finish the 86, because season 2 came out.
I finished it.
You finished the season 2?
Yeah.
Oh, the fuck! I thought. Oh shit.
Do you think I'll wait for you?
I don't know. I thought we had I guess some reason I thought so. I thought we were talking about it together on the show. Oh wow! It's not like I was like your best man or whatever at a wedding, dude. It's not like I took pictures of your proposal or anything like that.
No, nothing like that happened. Oh man.
Oh shit! Okay, well I gotta finish that.
Yeah, you do. Oh man.
I still need to. You know what's sad, but it's not sad because it's so sad. Is I still need to finish To Your Eternity. I have like one episode left.
God.
It hurts. My heart hurts, dude. I can't finish it. Every time I hover over it, I'm like, nah, not today. Not today. Not today.
I'm pretty sure the second season's like gonna start this fall. So
yeah, there's a lot of stuff starting that I'm just losing track of. Also, Overlord is already like 3 episodes in. Gotta finish that. Yeah. No, what's it talking about? Gundam 86. Fuck if I know.
Legends of Galactic Hero.
Oh yeah. Well, let me tell you what. I've been reading the original Dragon Ball, and I'm having the time of my life. I actually finished it. Not the whole Dragon Ball. I'm actually just got Cell, who is my like. Oh, I'm like a kid in a candy shop, man. I'm like watching my perfect villain come to life in manga. Is ecstatic. But the original Dragon Ball, dude, I low-key kind of am sad for where Super's at. We've come so far from like the humble beginnings of original Dragon Ball. You know what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about like? Did you start at
Dragon Ball? No, Dragon Ball. Son Goku, little Son Goku.
Little Goku.
Little Goku, man.
Little dick just out and everything.
Little dick all hanging out, going wee wee wee. And Bulma's like, "Don't scratch yourself." And Yamcha's like, "Bro, put some clothes on." No, man, like it's so crazy reading this, and I've watched Dragon Ball and I've read some of the original manga, but not like in continuity or like in a timeline where I'm like seeing everything play out as it's meant to be. Like the only time I've ever seen it was like in Shonen Jump, and that's like when I went to Barnes and Noble, or like my friend had it, so it's always like skips and gaps and whatnot. But I was straight up obsessing over Toriyama's design of like automobiles, vehicles, contraptions, all the Capsule Corp stuff, dude. Holy shit.
So unique.
Yeah, I'm like, and that's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro, where is all? We get a little bit of it, like as I'm reading Z, we get a little bit of it, like it just starts fading away. But I'm like, dude, it's like this. The manga was so grounded back then, like the powers, like everything was. I mean, granted, it is the start of it, right? So like straight up, you have the first the first meetup of Goku, Son Goku, and Bulma straight up pulls a gat out and shoots him in the face. Bam! And like that's when they first meet.
Yeah, I almost consider like these being almost two separate like series styles, because original Dragon Ball, it was like not just villain of the week. It was your
adventure.
They're on an adventure. Yeah, they're going to find the Dragon Balls and get into hijinks along the way, and it wasn't like as much about like the who am I gonna fight and what epic battle is it gonna be. Like, there's some I just remember like them just having to overcome like random things. Like I want to say, if I remember correctly, the Ox King's like castle was on fire, so he had to go get Goku had to find some magic sand
that Roshi had. Yeah,
and that's where he learned the Kamehameha wave, and I think that's what he blew out the fire with or something, right?
Yeah.
Been a while, yeah.
You nailed it. It's the difference of like adventure to straight like villain of the week, which, granted, you know, DBZ has some of the best villains. I mean, Dragon Ball as a whole has some of the best villains, but there was this like magic mysticism, this grand adventure that the original Dragon Ball just captivated you by. And I'm reading this, and I feel like a little kid. I'm all giddy, like just the little interactions between like Bulma and like the cast. Like Bulma meets Roshi, and Bulma like shows her underwear to Goku. He's like, "Ew, you're dirty." And she's like, "I'm not dirty." You know, like these like, ridiculous faces. Even and like, oh man, it breaks my heart seeing how badass Yamcha was. The Bandit King Yamcha to fucking now being like the meme of the week. Always on the ground like dead, or like, what happened to Yamcha, bro? What happened to Yamcha?
Yeah, I remember in the original Dragon Ball series, and one of my favorite fights, and granted this has also been a while, so I might be misremembering, but it was Yamcha versus Tien.
Yeah.
And I remember that like fight, like in my mind at the time of seeing it, I was like, "Whoa, this is up there with any of the fights that they put across any of the Dragon Ball series." Like I thought that fight was amazing. Granted, I'm also like trying to recollect from years ago, but I remember in that moment I was like, "This hits," and it wasn't as much, you know, your bombastic like going crazy powered up, but just the kinetic just feel of the fight, and like the movements and them actually looking like they're doing martial arts compared to just punching at super speeds.
Yes, exactly. The focus on martial arts is so different between now and then. Like there was like Yamcha's iconic Wolfang fist versus Tien's like crane style, and he was like, "I want to be the greatest assassin." And Yamcha's like, you know, fell in love with Bulma and didn't expect that. And I was like, damn, I forgot that. I low-key forgot like they were a thing. And he, oh god, man. Okay, so not only does he get beat up, but he got like his girl got stolen. I mean, I guess he was unfaithful, so there's that. But like just the fight between Yamcha and Tien, like the power level scaling was so grounded back then. Like the huge thing, and I'll tell you, like that it all started changing after Demon King Piccolo fight, which is fantastic. But when you have like Roshi at the time, like they're all training under Master Roshi, who's considered the strongest fighter on Earth, and he can barely do one, maybe two Kamehamehas in a single fight. That's it. Before all of his chi's gone, all of his energy's gone. That's telling you something. These are people that are fighting. There's no flying. There's no teleportation. It's just straight up martial arts, attacks, and like quick-witted cleverness to counter certain styles and whatnot. Just like the original like one, like Budokai tournament. Jack, you know, he had Roshi. Yeah, Tenkaichi. Roshi as Jackie Chun fighting and winning. Like, oh, Goku didn't win. Next tournament, Goku didn't win again. It's like, whoa, Goku's actually losing for once? I mean, you know, he's gaining knowledge, but even then, it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, it was also weird because I don't know how you initially like took it in, but I feel like many of us saw DBZ first before Dragon Ball, so it was weird like being used to the hero of the story being like on this journey to gather this strength and going through these situations where he's not the strongest.
He's not the strongest. He doesn't know how to fight. He's just kind of like this klutz, and he doesn't know mannerisms. He's you know, doesn't know what a girl is. He's like little son Goku as just a wild kid romping through the forest to where he's at now. That's why it's so endearing, and why I was like kind of like in this nostalgic kind of, I don't know, ecstasy, I guess, reading through it. It's like something that was, it's like what you said, it's like almost two different series. It's crazy.
Yep.
And like the Red Ribbon Army, like there's a Red Ribbon Army, which is a fantastic arc, and the whole fortress and all that, and you know, that arc was great too. He's climbing up the towers and whatnot, and it was just, I don't know, it's hard to put in words, to be honest. And like
I remember one of the defining moments where I was like, these are definitely just different series, was when General Tao picks up like a log and throws it and then jumps on it because no one can fly. I was like, oh yeah,
no one can fly yet. No one can fly yet. So he picks off a pillar, he breaks it off, throws it with all his might, jumps on it as like Suedo aircraft. That was awesome. I got to that part and I was losing it, man. I was like, this is the most silliest shit, but I love it. Also, like one of the silliest fights was, and silly, and I still loved it. Like there was so much just like goofy emotional personality. Like you can tell Toriyama was like writing this. He was like, I'm having fun with this. This is my world. I'm having fun with it. Is when they're it's right before Son Goku meets his grandpa, and they're trying to get the fortune teller from the witch. And what's his name, Puru or whatever, Yamcha's cat, and then Apu, the Native American kid, are fighting the vampire, and they're fighting, right? And then he's like, oh, did you eat garlic? He's like, yeah, it's in this morning. And then the vampire goes to like charge the Apu, and he's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm the vampire's worst enemy, a crucifix, and he's just T-posing like on the tournament. He's like, and it's just like, what the hell's going on, man? This is unhinged fighting that's just, it doesn't happen these days. And it's not like, of course Dragon Ball evolves and whatnot, but it makes me a little sad to see to read this and kind of have this lack of or just essentially a shell of what it is. Like I think DBZ still has a lot of it, but you can tell like DBZ's where it really became something else. Like
there's
Bulma
really so much history in the series when you go back and watch or ingest this original Dragon Ball. Like just like you touched on the Red Ribbon Army, you know, in DBZ, you know, I was first introduced to them in the Android saga, and then you're just like, oh, Android 17 and 18 and 16. But then you go back and watch Dragon Ball, the original, and you're like, oh shit, there is obviously Androids 1 through, you know, 16 or 15.
Yeah.
You know, there was particularly the one where Goku became friends with
Frankenstein one.
Ader, Android 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep, he names him Ader.
Ader.
But yeah, then you're like, oh shit, like there's a tie back to the history that was established, which makes me jealous of the people who got to start at the beginning and watch all the way up to that point.
Yeah.
Like I bet, like if we're one of like the long term fans, you got to the Android Saga, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. Oh, that's exactly okay. Now, okay, you put in perfectly what I was trying to say, and that was I felt like I should have seen this first. I should have read it and seen this first because the foundation for DBZ now was laid so strong. That's like this is case example of like read the start first. Like read it, watch it first.
Mm-hmm. It's for a lot of people our age, it's hard to say that though because it wasn't on Toonami until I think after
we
DBZ, so.
got hype. Yeah, it was like once the DBZ movie started coming out, then it's like, oh shit, let's put some more Dragon Ball content out there. And of course, like we didn't, like yeah, we couldn't. Just like, and it makes me sad to see. Like, I truly am sad, like where Bulma's at now because Bulma was such a core character and I loved her personality throughout the series of her adventuring with Goku, and even like Roshi in the mix too. But Bulma and Krillin in particular, like even Krillin was a little punk ass bitch at first, and I was like, look at little Krillin being a little goody two shoes, getting Goku in trouble. Like I was enjoying the hell out of it. But Bulma in particular, they were like brother. They definitely got a brother and sister bond, and like I remember when I was reading this, right? So I'm now like fast forward, and I'm reading now they're on planet Namek, you know, with Vegeta, Nappa, and Ginyu Force, and that's the moment where like Bulma has to. They put her in the the cave and tell her to wait there. Like that fucking sucked. That sucks. And like that's the power scaling that got so crazy out of hand. Like Demon King Piccolo, great fight, but that's when power scaling got like crazy. Demon King Piccolo was fucking cool as fuck too. The one thing I will say, reading this is, I didn't quite get how, as a child, I just thought like, oh, Piccolo's a good guy now. Vegeta's a good guy now. But in reality, it wasn't really like that. It was like, we have a common enemy. Let's just put this, and until they became, you know, comrades. It's like, no, I still hate you. I'm just doing this so I can beat you up. And like, I really do appreciate that aspect of it. But shit, bro, like.
Yeah, at the beginning of DBZ, like it was all like Piccolo was not cool with Goku.
Yeah, and like the whole Gohan thing, I was like, damn, he straight up just yanked Gohan out.
Yeah, he, if I remember correctly, he had respect for Goku, and then like when he learned he died, he was like, oh shit, we're not ready.
Yeah,
we're all dead if I don't do this.
Basically, he's like, oh fuck, like that was the strongest fighter in the universe, and I was trying to beat him, training, but he just got clapped.
Yeah. And I had part in it.
Yeah, I had part of it. Yeah, like he had to sacrifice himself for me to do special beam cannon. Special beam cannon. Oh, but in the Viz Media, like they have weird translations. Like Krillin is like Kuriri. Yeah, and like it's like light beam something. Special beam cannon is something crazy. It's not even close. But again, in retrospect, reading this backwards, I have their voices in my head, which also lends to like the personality, I guess, coming across. But yeah, when I finished it, it really made me sad. It didn't make me sad, but it felt like okay, I had needed to read this. I'm gonna watch it now for sure.
It's a lot of episodes.
I know. It's funny how quick things go in manga. It's crazy. Like when I read through the Frieza arc, I'm like, am I going faster? Am I just like there's not 30 episodes of like you know, like the power up and all that. Yeah. Like it would like that happened. Goku turned Super Saiyan in like one flip page. He said he killed Krillin and then Goku went pshoosh, and went Super Saiyan. I was like, wait, what?
Oh, that's a much better pace.
It was like 2 episodes worth of like flashbacks and moaning and groaning before he did that.
Yep.
But I'm at Cell now, And I'll tell you what though, the Cell arc is like a little bit of like a reminiscent of OG, and where we're getting like the beginning of like the horror aspect, where it's like live reporting to you now, the residents of Gingertown have all disappeared. Only remnants. It's like the camera kind of starts panning, and you're like, and then you just see like the Cell tail. I'm like, dude,
The beginning
crazy.
of that whole arc, the end of the Android arc, where you start getting the hints of there being something
Cell?
else out there. Yeah,
Fan-
that part was, yeah, like you said, it was like a horror.
phenomenal. Phenomenal, dude. I took screenshots of it, and I wanted to do a little bit of write up on it, dude. So good. Little hints, the time machine. It's Trunks. Wait, there's an egg. Guys, come over here. The
Like a
freaking
shed locust skin just in the jungle.
so good, bro. That is one of the best villain intros. That's why Cell's my favorite villain of all of. I mean, not just DBZ, just in general.
It's just unfortunate how he looked in the beginning.
I like Form 1. I think
do?
Form 2 is my least favorite. Yeah, Form 1 was so alien, right? It was perfect. It's nothing you've
Yeah.
seen in that series in particular, because even though you had aliens in Dragon Ball, like they look like Deodora or, what's his name? Zarbon. They still look kind of like, oh, goofy or handsome or whatever, and Cell was straight up like Cell was alien to that art style. That's how alien he
Yeah.
was.
So it was just a locust. It was a grasshopper.
Bro, I'll tell you, I mean, we'll jump into Chainsaw Man right after this, but dude, I don't know what, like when I saw Cell as a kid and him eat 17, it didn't quite register in my head how like disgusting that was. Right? Oh, he ate him, he sucked him up. When I read it, I'm like watching him go through the tail. I'm like, okay, I have the knowledge of the world now. I'm like, what kind of stomach acid is that? Like, how is he going into like his back? What is going on here? Like, the imagination is wicked up in this noggin. I was like, ugh. I was like, damn, dude, that's gross. Like straight up vor. Like, ugh.
Oh man, that's such a cool concept too. When you think about it, like the way he becomes
Perfect.
his perfect form is by like absorbing these other creations that were also designed to be killers. Like, so he's got to best some strong fighters in their own right to take it to the next level.
Which is almost like the Saiyan kind of philosophy. But yeah, it's like, what was that? Two apex predators, only one comes out alive, stronger.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of apex predators, Chainsaw Man. Got a little too much on DBZ, but that's the best part. Or Dragon Ball, I should say. Chainsaw Man. You caught up. So, spoiler warning for anybody watching, anybody listening. We're not talking about the two latest chapters of Chainsaw Man. Fujimoto. I can't remember to say the first one. Fujimoto's cult. I don't know what you want to call it. The greatest shit currently printing right now. Chainsaw Man. Part 2 with no Chainsaw Man in the first two chapters. What do you feel about that?
It was in a single chain. There's a lot of mentioning Chainsaw Man, but no visuals on the man himself. But it was really well done. It was kind of I was kind of taken aback for a second because I was like, all right, where's Dingy? Where's our boy at?
Where's our
But
boy?
obviously, they're setting up, this arc, and then they slowly started to gather. He's like, oh, this is probably like the school he's at, and introducing these new characters. Like, I can't remember what her name is, but the character that they focus on.
Mitaka. Asa Mitaka.
Yeah, just watching her story, like you feel sad for this character, and then as these two chapters progress, you're like, oh, this is tragic. It's almost like another Dingy over here, just worse situation.
Worse.
And, it kind of harkens back to like the beginning of the first. I don't even know what you call it. The first arc, where Dingy it just is living a tragic life in the beginning. Like this girl, she has her own struggles. And I've never seen a rotisserie chicken that I wanted to be a friend with, but
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, Chainsaw Man. I mean, just all of Fujimoto's work. There's like this level of like insanity that comes into play, this goofiness, but I mean, he does not shy away, or Chainsaw Man Part 2 does not shy away from it right at the start. Not only are we introduced to Mitaka, I think it's Mitaka, I think something like that, Asa Mitaka, we're also introduced to classmate Bucky, who is a headless chicken, the chicken devil, who makes puns that are amazing. He's like, Buck, I don't know, it's not collecting with me. Like, what the fuck? Or, my favorite one, God, cannibalism is foul. Fowl, foul.
oh man, yeah. Yeah, no, he was. At first, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be like a one-note, like character," but then I was like, "Actually, his little dad jokes start to grow on you."
Yeah.
And they did on the class as well. So like this beginning part of the story was they were going to have to kill him at the end of the class or something like that.
Right.
He's a chicken demon or something like that.
He's like the chicken
And
devil. So the whole
Yeah.
point of it was like, oh, we're gonna teach you how to kill a devil if you come across one. That was the start of it. But then in reality, they grew to new Bucky, and at the time of his execution, they decided to to not kill him. They said, "Sir, we decided we're not going to eat Bucky." And I guess that was the lesson all along. The teacher was like, "Yeah, that's what I wanted you guys to say." And, okay, he's pardoned, and the whole kind of class, you know, gets so happy, and the teacher's super proud, and they all go out and they're having their like super moment, right? Everything is super cheering. And even Asa Mitaka is changing her ways, because right now, like, she's introduced as kind of like this doom and gloom girl. She's like jealous of them all. She's kind of like, you know, pouting her way through this class. Then when they decide not to kill Bucky, you know, they all go outside having a good time, and even Bucky goes to her and she's like, "Asa Mitaka, come out of your shell and play soccer with us." And she's like, "Oh my god, this is the step in my journey where things start to change. Things start to look better for me." And what happens, Jay?
Get into spoilers now, so if you want to know what happens to Bucky, just be warned. Doesn't fare well for him. She comes off the top rope, just
Frog splash.
Yeah, just body slams this full stomach, full weight of a teenage girl onto a headless chicken. And yeah, he didn't make it. Oh man. And you just see just the look of, it's almost just like a blank look on her face. She's like, "Oh, it's not gonna play out like I thought. my newfound friends aren't gonna be cool with me." And it really just adds to the tragedy of this character's opening, like, introduction.
Right. It does play into that. And I will say, you know, going through this, yeah, I guess it's kind of, what I guess what would that, isn't there like a word for that? Kind of, fuck, I don't know. I'm gonna make something up if I try to think too hard. Tragedy. But you said that already, so I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Just use it. You can use it. We'll pretend you.
No,
Oh,
is
that
there
is
like
funny.
what is it? God, I'm like, I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know either. Don't worry, you'll think of it tonight. You'll hit the Twitterverse.
Yeah, I
This
will.
is what I was saying. Oh man. But how do you like the setup for the story so far?
It's good. I mean, chapter 1 was awesome. So we mentioned, we had that go through. We're setting up the story for Mitaka, and then, you know, shortly after that, we see exactly, you know, how things are about to play out. We see her, you know, get invited out by the teacher And whatever the reason is, he says the class president's out there too. We want to blah blah blah. Like tell you it's okay. We still like you and everything. To when like they meet the class president, and the class president like just morphs into this hemoglobin of homunculus meat sack, like the Justice Devil, and she's talking like this is a video game of how she wants to get to the happy ending with Mr. Tanaka, who's the teacher. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? But then this is when things go Chainsaw Man, right? You're kind of wondering what's exactly going to happen, and she legit dies. She gets slashed up across the face, her head split in two. She's dead. She's dead. Like, no one's surviving this. And then we get this panel of, like, this type of bird. I don't know what kind of bird it is. I think I saw some pictures of it. But it's fucking crazy. At first I thought it was the Control Devil, because the eyes look like Makima's, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, what the hell is this? But isn't she like Nyuta? They come to find out, this bird with these, similar Makima eyes are like, if you want to live, your body will be mine. And then she like resurrects. What? And then insanity ensues. Tanaka spinal cord sword. She rips the president's head like Mortal Kombat style from his body with spinal cord, like, and turns it into a sword.
Yeah, that was pretty hardcore. And then uses said sword to combat the Justice Demon.
Yeah, then she has this like proclamation of like, who am I? What the hell am I? I am the War Devil. And so what's interesting here, and it kind of plays on a little bit here later on in chapter 2. Essentially, chapter 1 ends with her proclaiming I'm the War Devil, and she actually like slices this Justice Devil with the spinal cord sword, super easy. Takes the mangled arm, turns it into a hand grenade, an actual hand, like she morphs it into like looks like a hand grenade, throws it to her, blows up. And it's like the whole like cool guys walk away from explosions type scene, which if you're reading this last panel or when she's walking away from the explosion, it's almost a one-to-one of Fujimoto's earlier work with the one-shot Don't Look Back Goodbye Eri, which is I thought was a pretty cool homage to it. This is crazy. Like I didn't expect this to go at least chapter 1. Like, there's no Denji. It's all about Mirika and War Devil.
Yep. It's you're getting set up with the conflict that's to come. Because this whole time, War Devil is spouting off how they're not a fan of Chainsaw Man.
Right.
So we're about to get some wild shit, which, I mean, not that you aren't expecting that from Chainsaw Man, but yeah, I'm really excited for where things are gonna go with this.
I mean, we had chapter 2, I think came out this. Did you read chapter 2?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I will say, like going on throughout the series, is the eyes in particular. I mean, Fujimoto, Chainsaw Man has always had like fantastic eyes, but this one, I don't know what it is. And just the character, just everything in general just seems super clean. Like it's way different from like his scratchiness in like Chainsaw Man part 1.
It's interesting, like when you're reading through just these first 2 chapters, just the context of Chainsaw Man and how he is basically like a celebrity in the world now.
Right.
Like there's a merch for him. I think at one point one of the kids in the school was eating like a snack that was Chainsaw Man like branded
burger
snack. Yeah, was it a burger? Yeah.
I thought so, because like how he was in that burger restaurant with Kobeni.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so then you're starting to see like, oh man, after the events of the first arc, our boy is just loved by the world.
Loved by the world, but also hated by few. Chapter 2 was more or less much shorter and kind of setting up, definitely the setting in motion for a lot of things like Jay mentioned. What I thought was interesting in particular, basically the premise of Chapter 2 was Midaka goes back to school, has this conversation with a boy, which had an amazing reaction and panel. But the boy, I forget his name. Let me see. Did he say it? No, but he's actually one of the I can't remember shit. Oh, what's new? Devil. What'd you call him? What were Devil Hunters? God, why did that take me so long? Devil Hunters in original Chainsaw Man Part 1. He was the one who fought the first Devil Hunter, the chick in the Santa Claus arc. This is the guy who has the octopus for a devil. I'm not sure if he caught that. Yeah, so he's actually going to school. It's the same dude. So he's actually a devil hunter. So he probably knows he's straight up lying. So he's straight up lying to Mitaka and the War Devil. He knows who Denji is. He knows who Chainsaw Man is. And I'm not sure if he's there for protection or to protect her or play dumb or whatever. Or maybe he just doesn't know that they go to the same school. But yeah. he's I forget his name, but he's already a character in the Chainsaw Man series. Following when Mitaka and he meet, we have this pretty insane panel. Actually, this interesting interaction. When Mitaka first meets him, she just looks like original Mitaka. Eyes are normal, no scar on his face. But when the War Devil takes over, the eyes turn up and the scars turn up. And he even mentions it. He goes, huh? Like those scars. Like he didn't see him at first. So that was an interesting cue. I'm sure we're going to get more of that as it plays through. And maybe he knows now that she is the War Devil, or there's a devil, and he's playing it cool, right? Because he shouldn't know Chainsaw Man's there. But then we get this iconic, "Shall I make you my boyfriend?" And he goes, "Nah, I'm good," right? Just like, "Nah, I'm good," to the shock of Mitaka. But kind of what I wanted to ask you about this, and just in general, ask everybody else, is it's really interesting this reaction or this interaction, this kind of yin yang symbiotic parasite that's going on between Mitaka and the War Devil, because originally when the devil takes over a host, it's the devil's through and through. There's no like alternate personality. I think Denji can be the caveat, because essentially he's Buchita gave his life for Denji versus Denji, sacrificing his body, as we saw here for the War Devil. But we're having this split personality, which the War Devil says, "I let you keep half your brain, because I don't know much of this world, and we need to kind of like blend in school." So I thought it was like, that's a pretty interesting take. Or, I'm not sure how it's gonna play out.
Yeah. Yeah, you could see situations where it becomes, the push and pull, the internal struggle, where she's probably going to be fighting against this demon inside her. You got like your Naruto and the Nine-Tailed Fox.
Oh, for sure.
Constantly battling that inner demon, like literally. So I could see like some interesting scenarios coming out of this. Not necessarily a unique like character development, but one that works. One that there's a reason why it's been used multiple times.
Yeah, I think my personal theory, I guess you would say, is they're gonna have. I know Fujimoto likes like going full circle or circling back on a lot of things. So I would be damned if there's gonna be an altercation of sort, and for whatever reason, the War Devil is like gonna die, but Mitaka does the same thing to him or the devil, and she's like, "Give me back my body and I'll let you live." Right? And so she'll be in control like Nine-Tailed Fox, like Naruto Nine-Tailed Fox, and there'll be like this symbiosis there. I don't know, I was kind of playing around with that in my head. There's a lot to play around with, or it may just be like this the whole fucking unhinged personality the whole series. I wouldn't doubt it.
It's taking over whenever it feels like.
Yeah. Where's the? Didn't we see something kind of like Moon Knight? Maybe you know how Moon Knight at first was like, "No, I'm not taking over my body. I'm not taking over my body." Then when she hits the fan, he's like, "Okay, you can take over."
I didn't watch Moon Knight, but I was thinking like JJK, Sakuna.
Except Sakuna, except yeah, true. But I think there's like Yuji really doesn't let Sakuna come out like at all.
True.
Which those chapters have been insane. I'm not sure if you're reading them, but those are crazy chapters. But we'll leave that for another time. And then at the end of this chapter 2, we get of course the team up. They're like in some devil hunting club. All of a sudden, I'm like, damn, this world is hardcore as fuck. There's a straight up devil hunting club. And of course, as fate would have it, the boy, the devil hunter, Mirika and the war devil, and some random chick get paired up together for a 3-man team to take on a lesser devil.
Why does she have to partake in this? She's already killed one devil.
Well, they don't know she's killed it, and I think
No,
if
I'm talking
anything.
about Bucky.
Oh man, you're
She already
right.
earned her stripes.
Maybe that's why they want her, because she already earned her stripes. She's already got some. She's got a kill under her belt. That's true. Poor Bucky, man. What the cluck? All in all, bro, I'm excited for Chainsaw Man. I think was it come out every Tuesday or Wednesday? Tuesday, right?
The Tuesday? Honestly, I can't remember.
I think it's Tuesday. Maybe it's Wednesday.
Let's see. It says new chapter's coming in 5 days, so
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah. Crazy. Tuesdays are lit, bro. It's Tuesday, ain't it?
Tuesday, Bruise Day. Bring it back.
Oh man, bring it back. Those are the days.
Run it
But I'm
back.
hyped. I'm hyped. And then of course we're getting Chainsaw Man, the anime coming out soon, so more fun things with that. But I mean, I think we can wrap it up here, unless you want to mention anything else.
No.
All right. Well, hey. Oh, Sonny, I didn't see you there. Hey, Sonny, how you doing? Thank you guys for watching and listening to the Monch Hours podcast. It's greatly appreciated. You know, we've been doing this for a couple years now. Actually, we just hit over 5,000 downloads. So, yip parade of your boys. We in it, and we're only going up from here. Thank you for watching. Tell your friends, tell your family. You can listen to us on all podcast platforms. You can watch us live on Twitch or watch the recap on YouTube. Search Monch Hours. You find us on Instagram. We post manga panels and manga stories, Monch Hours, and of course Twitter as well. But thank you guys. It's been awesome. Hopefully you appreciate the new intros and visuals. But we out. We done.
Yeah. Till next time. We out.